So I wrote down some things, some topics that I'm going to talk about, and I'm going to eat. Okay, so this topic, athletic history. I feel like whenever I was younger, I always thought that I wasn't very athletic, maybe high school and stuff like that. Whenever I was younger, we were very active as far as like we can go forward and back on the monkey bars and all this stuff. Whenever I was in elementary school, I was beating everybody including the guys. There's only one guy I like couldn't beat, but in arm wrestling, different type of stuff like that. Went swimming a lot, you know. And then we were always playing games that involved being active, whether it was tag, trampoline games, stuff like that. Probably my interest changed. You know how even like wanting to play on the playground turned into wanting to walk the track with my friends and chat, you know, gossip, talk, all the stuff, you know. So I was in middle school, and then I don't think I was in any sports. I remember I did not like gym. The reason I didn't like gym was because I didn't like how my body looked in the outfit that we had to change out into. That was one of the reasons. And I started being more self-conscious, which that makes sense, being in middle school anyway. I'm not sure why that's the case for a lot of people, but yeah. And I remember I only tried out for one sport, and right whenever like I was in the middle of tryouts, and then I tried out for volleyball, and then I changed schools. All right. After that, wasn't in any sports. I remember I was like, well, probably for multiple reasons, I was like nervous about doing sports in front of people. And then also, I don't think I really wanted to exert myself really hard as far as like use a lot of force for anything, whether it be running. I remember I dreaded the pacer test. Dreaded it. I was one of the people who I probably didn't want to be the very first person out, but like anyway, I dreaded it. And yeah. And then fast forward more, I started actually like trying to work out, but it was more so like gym stuff, not like the lifting weight type stuff that a lot of people are on now, but cardio and different stuff like that. And I'll do like little like, you know, dance videos on and other types of like full body workout, but like a short one, like 10-minute ones type stuff. And later on, now I like a lot more stuff. Not a lot more stuff. I have specific stuff that I like, but now I like to do things that I enjoy doing. Like it's actually fun for me. And so I got into skating, and there are a few other things I do as well. I think maybe some years ago, I would incorporate walking with other stuff. So I would like be talking and stuff during it, and that was cool too. Like just walking around neighborhoods or whatever. So, how I got into stretching. So I guess whenever I was younger, I love flexibility. I love flexibility. Like I used to do the thing where people lay on their stomach and they like put their head back and they put their back 2 feet back to make their feet like touch their head. And then whenever I got around maybe like high school, I think that they had like a yoga, which I'm against yoga, by the way, but I'm telling the story. I think that they had like a room where people could do yoga. I don't know if it was a class or like if people would go in there for certain classes or what, but I don't know if by that time I already like knew the implications of yoga and was against it or not. Because yoga, you can stretch without doing yoga, and you could do like very cool stretches and super effective stretches without like having any without yoga being your whatever. So and how you go into it type thing. But how I started stretching and learning a lot of the stretches that I even do now, some of them, is through workout videos, and then also I was in dance for a little while. So, well, on and off I was in it some, but I don't know if we stretched much, but like one where we actually like would stretch, and it was like an important thing to make sure we did. So that's how I got into it. Okay. My favorite meals are, I like turkey spaghetti, except, so you know, ground turkey, whatever it's called. I was gonna say, I don't know, it's not ground turkey beef because it's not beef, so ground turkey meat, I guess it's called. And then but instead of spaghetti, like having like those bigger things of lettucey things, those leafy greens to like wrap it in, and then dipping it, maybe having some cheese on it and dipping it in ranch. I like that. What else do I like? What else? I love well, let me think of meals. I feel like that's fine because I wanted to keep talking. Let me say what my favorite dessert would be with any meal. I had a phase I was into key lime pie, but not any key lime pie. The same with like cheesecake, like it has to be like a good brand. And with key lime pie, it's a little more rare for it to be good, because sometimes it's either too bitter, or like maybe the crust ain't good or something like that, or like it don't fit my taste. Now I've been eating a lot healthier. A good healthy dessert, maybe chocolate covered strawberries. It don't have to be dark, but if they're dark, I like true fruit ones. Those haven't been my favorite though. I need to find a new favorite dessert. I like cookies, but they have to be like more mushy. My least favorite part of a cookie is the rim. This is how far I've gotten. Let me touch the screen just in case. You can't really see, but it's fine. I can eat regular cookies. What are they called? Chocolate chip cookies. But those are one of my least favorite cookies. Probably my favorite's sugar. Macadamia nut, but I like them to have less. I would prefer them without the nuts in them. I would prefer chocolate chip cookies to be like just the dough part of it and not the chocolate chips. Yeah, okay. The next topic is I barely know how to cook. So I titled it, I don't know how to cook yet. What to say about that? I don't know. I don't know. But no, I'm just kidding. I feel like it's fine because I feel like I can learn how to cook, and I've honestly just been waiting to be in like the perfect scenario to learn how to cook, and I haven't been in the perfect scenario too. Even as far as time is concerned too, like having the time where like I don't have other obligations, and it being a more like convenient scenario. Honestly, I do plan on learning how to cook though, and maybe it'll be helpful to learn how to cook sometime soon, because now I have like, I know what kind of things that like I want to eat healthier, and I kind of have more of a like gauge and like list of things that I know that I would want to incorporate it over these other things. Like I would replace this and have this instead type stuff. I do think that I would be like relatively good at cooking or making something tasty, even if it's healthy. And I think I have something like, maybe, I don't know, because I can guess, sometimes I can guess what's inside food in a way that is not impressive to somebody who like super knows how to cook, but what would be impressive to like a kindergartner who like doesn't know how to cook, me, you know, and like guessing what ingredients are in foods. So yeah, it would be cool. I could get better at that whenever it comes to like seasonings and stuff like that though. But like the more like big base ingredients and stuff, I'm okay with guessing that. Okay, so my goal. this is not actually my goal, but I didn't know what word to use, because I haven't really like been like, okay, this is what I'm gonna do, this is what I'm gonna shoot for. This is just something that I would like, you know. I want to be able to eat socially with people and it be completely regular, like it be comfortable. I don't want to overshare, but like I've had eating disorder in the past and eating disorder in the past, and I think that it messed up, and maybe from different past stuff that I whatever used to struggle with, being self-conscious. I mean, I don't know, I don't really think it's that. I feel like I've had weird stuff whenever it comes to eating, so that there came a little like fear or worry in it. So even if I'm in a completely like new situation, I think something trailed, or like something I just need to like change the way my mind works in that area, so that whenever I eat with people, I don't feel anxious. And I don't think I always do, but that's something that maybe could be like something that I could aim for. And yeah, I might end this video here. 14 minutes. Dang. I wish. Never mind. I was gonna say, I think it would be cool if this was like on some mukbang type stuff. Maybe it will be in the future, but maybe it shouldn't be, because I don't really know too much. Like, is that something that feeds disordered eating, watching mukbangs? Or can there be like good ones that aren't like that? Or maybe like with healthy food, and maybe like there's not the drive behind it that's like and well, not just a good day. Y'all have a good week, and let's get healthy. Thank you.